What is going on, my friends? I hope you are doing well today. The team at TRE wants to say thank you so much for all the support. Thank you for joining today. This is the Real Estate Podcast, and we want you guys to do us a solid. If you don't mind, can you help us get the message out? We believe that real estate can be for anybody, and we believe there's opportunities for people to grow with us. So if you can, please share, subscribe, like, comment. Thank you for being here on our journey, and we are going to continue to add as much value as we possibly can and try to shake up the industry. Let's dive in.
Well, if you never call a seller, you'll probably never get a deal. If you never email a realtor, you'll probably never get a deal. If you never call a realtor, you'll probably never get a deal. If you never go to like a real estate meetup or meet real estate people, you'll never get a deal. So if you never do these things, you'll get a deal. So these are about 5 things. What if you just did some of these?
To the Real Estate Podcast. We're really excited today. Raul Bolufe, doing some wholesaling, man. And, we'd love to hear about you and your background and try to provide value to listeners any way we can. If you don't mind, take the floor. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you got going on.
Awesome, man. Thanks for having me on. It's actually located in South Florida, born and raised in Miami, Florida, a little small city on the southern side, if you fit. And basically been involved in real estate for this will be my 8th year now. It was kind of fell into it by accident. I started in the car business. I have a family business I was a part of, and didn't really like my future there. Didn't like what I was doing, and realized that some of the people I was hanging with, some of the people I met that had the most freedom and the best lives were in real estate. So I quit the family business. It was a thriving family business that kind of just gave up and started my own thing. Went back to my mom's house. I bought a little desk in IKEA in my room and started making offers and started trying to figure out how to buy houses, no money down, because I didn't really have much money. And after 3 months, I got my first deal. And, that was a trigger that was like, all right, this can be done. And, that 1 turned into 3, then 5, then 100, then 500. So I know there's a lot to unpack there, but that's ultimately my story, man. Just regular dude. I barely got a bachelor's degree, not the most intelligent person school wise, and man, I just hustled and really love the real estate things. And
I love it, man.
And that's how I got into it.
That's great. What do you really like about real estate? Like, what gets you motivated, and what are some of the things that you see that makes it so different?
For sure, the finding the deal, like the hunt for the deal, is still exciting to me. I was having a conversation with Mitch Stevens. He's like a older dude, and older in the sense of he's an OG in the game. He's done like thousands of transactions. He's like, one day that hunger is going to go away, but like the hunger of finding the deal is what's so exciting to me. Like when we find a property worth 500 and we get under contract for 225, like that is just still really exciting to me. And just the fact that I could wake up every morning knowing that my team can find an off-market opportunity that can yield us 6 figures and or monthly passive income or all these other opportunities is just, I don't know, so exciting to me. So I would say that's my favorite part about it for sure.
Yeah, heck yeah. Are you building a portfolio of properties yourself?
Yeah, currently we're doing long-term rentals and short-term. We got right now maybe like 20 doors on the long-term rentals, and then we have 3 projects going on right now, short-term, which is total of like 5 doors for short-term rental.
Cool.
Yeah.
What's the vision with everything that you're building?
Man, honestly, I'm really just enjoying the ride. Number one, my primary vision is the wholesale business. So maybe for those of you listening, you've heard of it or not, but wholesaling is just finding an off-market deal or finding a property in distress or selling distress, getting it under contract and selling it for a profit. So our wholesale business is my primary vision, is to grow this business to 8 figures within 3 years, and for it to be pretty hands-off for me. And I find a lot of passion in seeing people here make a ton of money. Marco, that started with me 2 years ago, was making 40 grand as a psychologist, and made almost $200,000 last year doing sales for us. So seeing that is like, I don't know, I feel like so much good can come out of this. So that's my big passion and vision. I want to grow this team to where I feel the potential could be. And then that's going to open up a lot of doors to build portfolios and things. But man, ultimately the vision is just do what I want whenever. Got plenty of money to make decisions and have all types of abundance, and just always hanging around cool people. Have cool people in my business, smart people.
I
And
love it.
that's the vision right there.
That's the all the benefits that come from being in real estate business, right? Is freedom and flexibility and ability to grow and get around great people and grow together. So it's cool to see that you're recognizing that and enjoying it.
Yeah, and what's crazy though, like I love that you asked that question because when I was starting, that wasn't my vision. When I was starting, my vision was to move out of my mom's house and buy a Porsche. That was my vision, okay, back then. And so I think if you're listening to this and like maybe you don't have a big vision, maybe you do, it's okay to not have like I want to land on the moon type of vision, like Bezos and these guys. I think it starts with like one, then two, then five, then six, so um I really like that question because it fuels a lot of our decisions. And if even with the smallest vision you can start with, like um yeah, just moving out of your house and buying a new apartment or getting a better car or whatever. I think all those things are okay to envision at first. And then trust me, once you get there, typically your visions grow and your goals grow. So and then so do your actions and things.
Yeah, absolutely. 100% agree, man. Yeah. I didn't get clear on our vision until like 2 years ago. And for us, we've got a brokerage here and
Oh,
we
nice.
we got a wholesale company as well. And we just say, come to TRE and get more out of real estate for yourself. Build your own brand, build your own team, build your net worth. Commissions are great, but that's one component or one tool that we utilize. And it's simply about how do we team up with really good people and go get after it together and grow together and trying to build something special. And so it's been really cool for me to get clear on that vision, but I didn't always have that. I just knew I liked real estate and that it created opportunities for financial freedom. But
Yeah,
once you have it and you're clear on it, it also makes things a little bit easier.
for sure. Oh, dude, I mean, it's still always kind of like a fuzzy line of what the actual clearest vision is. It's like so hard to have it like super perfect. But one of my mentors, when I first started working with him, one of the first things he told me, he's like, "Do you have your perfect day written down?" Um, and I'm like, "What do you mean by that?" He's like, "The exact perfect day from when you waking up, where you wake up, what do you see, what do you smell, who are you with, who are you not with, what do you do first, what does it look like?" So if you start that, and it could change every year, every month, but I think if you start with something like that, it can help clarify that vision. And then making an offer on a property doesn't sound so hard, when you're chasing that like awesome vision that you set for yourself. Then going on a seller appointment doesn't sound so hard. Maybe doing a cold call doesn't sound so hard at that point, So um I think it's really interesting talking about the vision stuff because it's a little bit more not as technical, but it can really, really help expedite your growth.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it, man. That's cool on the perfect day. I've heard that someone say that before as well.
Yeah.
What ways like challenges or ways that maybe our listeners can help you out or just get involved, anything like that?
Yeah. So technically, a lot of things have been shifting. If you're living under a rock and you haven't noticed, then that's you. But I'm sure you've noticed a lot of things are changing. So no one has a crystal ball. It's just understanding the movements that are happening. Um, Something that we've done to kind of bypass some of the noise of the changes and the interest and this and that is just focus on wholesaling, man. It's just such an amazing way to be involved in real estate with such little risk. And so that's one of the things that we've been growing our team. So if any people have advice on how to, um, recruiting, coaching, leadership, things like that, that's kind of like the areas of focus for me currently. Um, it's been an interesting ride. It's been an interesting ride. What have you thought about all these things, all these changes going on, man? I mean, you're in the market and you got different real estate businesses, so it's probably interesting for you to see all this.
Yeah, it's a little unknown. Everyone's in pause mode right now, but
Yeah.
I just look at it like it's time to get creative and look for more opportunities. And these are times when businesses or business ideas get market share and new concepts come out. So I don't think too much other than just look for opportunities and try to think through what challenges people are having and how can I help. And I just think that anytime there's change or chaos, the entrepreneurs are the ones that thrive, and they don't really sit back. They just go get after it. So it's more of it's unfortunate, right? I'm dealing with tough times with it. Stock's down 80% on some of my stuff, but there's no other way than to be positive and get excited and go get after it.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, it's definitely a really rough time for a lot of people. Um, and I mean, I guess that's okay. I mean, this is the market. Everyone kind of knows. It's so funny because everyone kind of knows that this happens, but then when it happens, it's so different, because the emotions come out, the actual realness of it comes out. Um, there's a book by Gary Keller called Shift. I think it's called Shift or Real Estate Shift or something like this. And I read it back in like 2013, 2014. I think he wrote the book in 2009. I think it's a really relevant book to read today for any real estate agent or investor. It really talks about when there's a shift like this to double down your efforts on marketing and sales, because you can almost never really go wrong doubling down your efforts on lead generation and lead conversion. So that's what we've been doing in our team. We've been hiring more salespeople, increasing the efforts, and increasing specific marketing that yields results. And happy to talk about that and share some secrets on that if you want.
Yeah, sure, man. Please do.
So on the wholesale side, so I guess I imagine that there's people listening that are agents, investors, realtors, maybe flippers. So finding the deal has always been probably one of the most valuable skills that you can learn in real estate. Because when you find a good deal, an off-market deal, then it's easy to sell it. The money comes easier. You can flip it. You can wholesale it. You can rent it. You can find a JV partner. You can find a 50-50 partner. You can find a 70-30 partner. You get a hard money. And the list goes on. All starts with finding the deal. What we've done to find the most amount of deals today in this market is Google advertising. So we buy keywords on Google. Sell my house fast Miami, sell my house fast Iowa, etc. And we generate leads that way. And I really like that strategy. If you have some familiarity with Google and things, it really, I mean, we've seen huge return on investment there, even in today's market that everything's still weird. I mean, we got 10 deals just last week. So things are still working. So Google ads, text messaging, text blasting, and cold calling are still working in this market. So if you're out there looking for deals or wondering, are there deals out there? Is there still money to be made? Should I be on pause? Should I be on go? I'm just a random dude. I'm a normal dude. I didn't go to Harvard or, but we're doing deals every single day. So I hope that just serves as inspiration that in this marketplace, you can still make a lot of money and build a ton of wealth for yourself.
I love it, man. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Last question for today. What's maybe 2 or 3 things that really stick out to you that will lead to success? Pieces of advice that you have that come to mind or that are in your heart on these are things that I follow that maybe somebody could take away.
Good question, man. I always look at the inverse. So for example, hey, what do I have to do to get my first deal? It's like, okay, well, that's the advice I'd give to that person asking me that question. I just had a call with a student yesterday. I said, okay, well, what do you not do to get a deal? Well, if you don't talk to sellers and you don't make offers, you will absolutely never get a deal. So why don't you go and do those things? That's typically how I give advice.
That's cool.
Because it's a very simplistic way to think about it.
That's one.
Yeah, that's one way. And then the other way is it's as cliche as it is the only way what I've seen in success is not giving up. And I know it's super cliche, but something, if you never want to get your first property, what you definitely equals not getting that is not doing the actions it takes. So I know it's a long way to say that if you do give up, you'll absolutely never make it. So
I like that. I'm going to use that inverse one. That's good.
Yeah, with certainty, you'll absolutely never make it if you never make offers or talk to sellers. So that's the best advice I can give.
So it's like if someone's like, how do you get a deal? So you ask them, how do you not get a deal? What do you do to not get a deal?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, basically. And then I'll help them out. I'll be like, oh, Well, if you never call a seller, you'll probably never get a deal. If you never email a realtor, you'll probably never get a deal. If you never call a realtor, you'll probably never get a deal. If you never go to like a real estate meetup or meet real estate people, you'll never get a deal. So if you never do these things, you'll get a deal. So these are about 5 things. What if you just did some of these? Start there.
That's great, man. I love that. I appreciate it. We're here to help you guys any way we can. You know, we're here in Austin and we'd love to stay in touch. I'm glad to see that you're passionate and motivated behind what you're doing. That's really special as an entrepreneur, and, you know, really appreciate you coming on the show. What ways can people get a hold of you?
My YouTube channel at Raul Bolufe, and Instagram, Facebook, my name, Raul Bolufe. And you get a hold of me there, man. DM, make comments. That's it.
I love it, man. Thank you so much. We appreciate you coming on. This is the Real Estate Podcast. There's some good stuff here.
Awesome.
Reach out to Raul, who's doing some cool things in Miami and sounds like Iowa as well, and I'm sure other places. So, you know, you're a great example of, just like me, we're just regular people figuring it out. There's opportunities for everybody in real estate. If you need help, reach out. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe to our channel, share with your friends, do the same with Raul, and go get after it, baby. Hope you have a great day.